rice overnight in water. Now, in the olden days and even now, people like my aunt are very fussy, okay? Take out all the rice grains because glutinous rice is more expensive and they always think that they mix with the rice grains to stretch it. Now, the rice grains are like clear colored. I mean like white. Okay, so what happens is that in the true Peranakan culture, you also have blue. Okay, the blue is from this flower called, can we just boil it? Boil some water. Just, yeah, if you, this is the actual flower. I'll pass it around. You can buy this plant in the, can I pass it around? Now it's not the dumpling season, you can't get it. They actually put pandan leaf inside. Actually, you can cut it longer. And then you fold it. Or maybe if I had it, I would cut maybe, I don't have scissors. I would maybe use 3 or 4 leaves. You want to surround it as much as possible. I will use a few leaves, right? And put my filling so that I actually surround the dumpling with the pandan leaf. So this is what they do in, they say in Malacca because you can't get these leaves. The gigantic pandan leaf is actually a decorative plant. Now, if you're lucky enough to have it in your garden, be careful because edge of it has thorns. So it's not as easy as that. It's all okay. Now we're steaming the sweet potato. This is what we've done. Now we've actually soaked it in boiling water. You can buy a packet. This is less than half a packet. This is like 1 bundle. For at least a few hours. This morning we suddenly remembered. So that's how you soften it. Yeah? My blue is getting blue. It's not blue enough because we didn't keep enough flowers, right? But this is what happens. It's not soft. You should never see. So it's a real authentic old-fashioned recipe. My cousin Gate, who's supposed to teach this class, we learned these dishes from her mother, Mrs. Nona, mom. So that's why we're remembering it. So actually, this is what you do. The color isn't nice enough because, but you will get the color, okay? So if you have more flowers, if you have more dried flowers, you get it blue, very nice. So you actually drain off the flowers and then you soak your rice in that and you get this blue colored rice. So we're going to steam the rice. The rice has been, now Hokkien, not soft enough. I need to mash it. I need it very soft. Yes. Okay, I'm going to just dump it in here. Now, be careful. Sorry, I'm very clumsy. Okay, some of you have come to my cooking classes and I think some of you are new. They always tell me, my students say I'm very inspirational because I'm so clumsy, right? So they said that if I'm so clumsy, that means they also have hope they can cook. Okay, did we bring our brochures for the cooking class, Terry? The steamer is not on. Yeah? So you normally have more white than blue. I want to spread it out, okay, so that it's faster, everybody. Has everybody got a recipe? Set to fry the dry rice grain. I fry the rice grains uncooked in oil. And it's got nice shallot oil, and it's lovely taste. And then you wrap it raw. So it's just a different version. But this one you get is very tender. We've tried it out. You can all have a taste. We have to split it in half. Now, the art of doing a really good Kueh Chang, Babbi or Bak Chang at home, the reason you do it at home is that you put lots of filling in relation to the rice. So we may not have done enough filling in relation to the rice, but that's what you do. And then some more water. I'm doing this because I'm going to mash this potato, sweet potato, and you cannot mash it well unless it's really soft. Okay. The other thing about mashing sweet potatoes is that you actually have to mash it when it's hot. Any potatoes. When you mash it when it's cold, it becomes glue. Okay, it becomes very glue. Okay, so this is the one here, and we're now going to fry the filling because after that I'm just going to boil the pork till it gets cooked. Okay. Now with this filling, I'm going to have a ladle. Okay, this is a dream kitchen, right? Number 1 is big enough. When I say big enough, I don't mean only here. I mean big enough there. Okay. Number 2 is high enough. Right? Very important. Can I open the oil? I have this oil. And Okay, sorry, I'll use this oil.
Yeah.
Okay, when you're trying a new recipe, you should do this. Okay, now what does the recipe say? I'm just going to follow it. When I test a recipe, it's like perfect. So I'm not going to, I just follow it all the way. What does it say now? Garlic and shallot, right? Yes. So shallot first, I explained to you why. Because it takes longer to cook than garlic. Yeah. Now, this is an induction frying pan. Okay? It heats up very fast. Okay. Now, it's got a very nice sound, but I don't want it to sizzle too much because I want to burn it before I cook it. A lot of people don't realize that they're actually using the Chinese cooking method for everything, which is incorrect. Chinese cooking method is for Chinese food. And not all Chinese, and this is Chinese, but not all Chinese food is stir-fried. High heat, okay? You need the lower heat, I explained to you why. I'm going to add a bit more oil, and don't be frightened. Because you're not going to eat all this for one person, right? It's going to go into eating dumplings, actually dumplings. Now the sound is wrong. Okay, you cook by sound, I'm raising it. Can you hear the sound, everybody? Can you hear the sizzle? Yeah, it's about right. Just now was too high a sizzle. Now, the Chinese frying is only for stir-fry. For braising and all that, no. I think a lot of people make that mistake. What happens if you have a high heat is that the outside is cooked and the inside is raw. So you get the flavor. Okay, how do we turn on this exhaust? Okay, I'll show you things like, this is mushroom. Can you just stir for me, Linda? Mushroom, which we have soaked overnight. This is dry mushroom, soaked overnight now. Good quality mushroom has a grade, it's called flower mushroom. Open, right? Now, then squeeze out the water. You know why? Because when you leave it waterlogged, water is going to go into the dish rather than the flavor goes into the mushroom, right? So, then you remove the, now if you're very budget conscious, you actually keep this stock for making soup and you soak it again. Now the reason is that if those who come to my cooking class know that I never use MSG, there's natural MSG in foods like mushrooms. That's why it's so smelly and it's so strong. You put it in your fridge, it smells up your fridge. There's natural MSG in tomatoes and carrots. That's why Italian food is so tasty. It's natural, okay? So don't add anything. The reason you don't add anything is that you're cooking for the home, and if you're eating out,